remember when I first got out of prison this last term. I did 2 terms, but this last time, it was, even the time before that, it's just like when you hit the streets, everyone's against you. There's no love. Motherfuckers want to, they don't want you to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like my first time, right? Like I'm gonna keep it real. Like I've been trying to get my driver's license for 16 fucking years. You know what I mean? But no one would go to the DMV with me. No one ever wanted to see me up. You know what I mean? When I got out the pen, I hit up one person, you know what I mean, and he wanted $100 to go to the road test, and then he didn't even, you know what I mean, he kind of switched up, and I thought about it, I'm like, what the fuck, this ain't a real friend, you know? I've never had real friends, you know what I'm saying? No one ever wanted me up, they always wanted me down, and that's why I'm pushing to go up by myself, but, I'm never going to be able to get my license, because you have to have someone go with you, and that's not going to happen for me. But you know what I mean, I take the bus, I do what I got to do, I don't even want to get a car and risk it, but you know what I'm saying? This last term I got out the pen, I went to the streets, you know what I mean? I had nowhere to go. My mom was in a homeless shelter, and I ended up camping near she was, because she, was able to help me out with like little bits of food they get from the trays, you know what I mean, at the shelter, and she would sneak me out food, and the staff found out about it, you know what I mean? They're like, don't give him nothing, don't help him. You know what I mean? My mom's like, fuck, that's my son, you know what I mean? And all the people in the shelter and the program she was in, they were hating on me, and they were just like looking down on me and just wanted me to, they didn't want me to succeed. And I tried to get in that shelter, and I tried for so many times, and they would not let me in. You know what I mean? I tried so many places. No one would let me in. The only place that I was accepted into that people want, that a program was willing to accept me into was a fucking rehab. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to be confined. You know what I mean? I wanted to be able to go out and work and do what you know what I mean? Not have people hold me back. So I'm like, I might as well just, be homeless. But anyways, I ended up making it. I got a job at the old spaghetti factory out there in Rancho. It's like on near Hazel or something. But I was there for a good minute, working from the streets, you know what I mean? And when my coworkers found out I was homeless, a lot of them stopped talking to me. Some of the women there that knew, that knew me, they were cool with me. They always say hi and stuff, you know what I mean? Not like in a flirtatious way, you know what I mean? I haven't had good luck with women like that in a lot of years, but you know what I mean? Like they're friendly and stuff. And then like once everyone found out I was homeless, it was like a big switch. Everyone just wanted to be away from me and stuff. And they probably seen my tent. I had a tent right down the street from where I worked and everything. But the people at the shelter were hella hating on me because I was working. I'm the only one that's not on drugs. They were all smoking meth, you know what I mean? They're all junkies, you know what I mean? They see me, I just smoke weed, and I'm working from the streets. I'm keeping to myself. I'm always alone. And they're hating on me, you know what I mean? Like one of them ended up taking my tent down and stealing it, knocking it, taking all my shit. Then I put up another one. That happened. Then I found out who did it. And I'm not gonna say what happened or whatever, but it's just it's not cool. Fucking they were trying to hate, you know what I mean? I think one of the staff members put them up to it, and they're all pointing and laughing at me, and fucking just, they were so like intrigued that I was on the streets and I was suffering, you know what I mean? But then they were so mad that I got a job and I was holding it from the streets, and they were trying to yank me down any way possible. And then I ended up I applied for an apartment with me and my mom, you know what I mean, and my stepdad, and it took all of our incomes to apply to get accepted, and we got accepted in, and we had like some county worker that paid our rent to get us in. Otherwise we would have never got up in this place. We'd still be homeless. I'd probably be back in prison for doing something crazy, or you know what I mean, fucking something, you know what I mean? I don't last long. When I hit the streets, I'm mad at the world, and things just, I become a liability, and it's not good, you know what I mean? I become a liability to civilians in society, and you know what I mean, because they want me down, and I'm trying to, no one wanted to help me, you know what I mean? And a motherfucker needs help. Sometimes a motherfucker needs help, otherwise they're going to end up doing something, you know what I mean, to someone or themselves, or going back to prison, and people don't care, you know what I mean? And it's made me not really like people, you know what I mean? I've developed like a deep resentment towards society and people, and I'm not very social anymore. I'm not outgoing, because if people don't want to accept you when you're down, then I don't want them in my life, And my whole life has been a struggle, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just like sharing these stories, you know what I mean? Because it really bothers me sometimes, and it feels good to get all this out, you know what I mean? But I was on the streets for a good minute, like I don't know, almost a year, I think, actually. And we ended up moving in here, and like I had a coworker that, was kind of, same way, kind of judgmental because I was on the streets and everything. But he was trying to act like he was my friend, but they make little remarks, try to, But it all, like, once I got the place and I asked him to help me move, get my stuff in here, he was talking shit the whole time. And him and his girlfriend were in the car, and it was just like a big thing. And he was just putting me down, and you know what I mean, trying to make it sound like, I'm still homeless, and just like trying to do everything to make me feel bad. You know what I mean? I seen him like, why aren't you happy for me? I'm finally off the streets, and you're not happy. You're not a friend. You're a hater. And that's what I've never had real friends. Everyone I've ever came across is had envy, has had jealousy towards me or hatred towards me deep down. And there's not many good people, and that's why I keep to myself. I'm very antisocial. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not on social media posting every day and everything. You know what I mean? I'm not. I just do it when I feel like it. You know what I mean? When I want to do it. Like I can give a fuck about what people think. That's why I'm doing. I just share the truth. But when you're on the streets, it doesn't matter if you're working. It doesn't matter if you're trying. There's going to be a lot of people trying to yank you down. Don't expect a fucking trophy for making it when you get off the street, making it when you're on the streets and making it off the streets, because people don't give a fuck. They didn't care when you're down and out, and they don't care when you're, doing good. They just want to be around you when you're doing good. A lot of them, because they know that they don't have to help you. They don't have to be in that position where they feel obligated. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like people, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to share this, you know what I'm saying? And I'll share more like experiences with like prison and being on the streets and all kinds of shit. But anyways, till next time.